We have made it, guys. It's the finale of the gown series, and in this episode I'm going to put everything all together and make the dress complete. As I told you at the end of the last episode, I have a little confession to make as well, so I'm going to come clean about that, and then I'm going to put it all together and show you the final dress. So this is the end, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. Let's round this out.
So where we left this last time, I was attaching all 4 panels together once I'd created the chevrons, and I was just attaching all of them together to create the full outer shell of the dress. And once that was complete, I needed to make a facing. So I made a little pattern for my facing right at the start, which was quite convenient. But I thought it was quite funny that when I went to make this facing, I became confused by the shapes of my pieces. After all those chevrons not needing to reference the pattern pieces, I had to grab those out and line them up because they weren't instinctively easy to lay out. So after all those chevrons, these were the pieces that I got confused about. So it's usually the most simple bit right at the end of the project when you're really tired. And time to install a zip. So I thought the 2 logical options obviously were black and pink. The only pink that I had was this kind of bubblegum pink. And as soon as I took it over and put it on the dress, I knew that it wasn't quite the right pink. This pink is gorgeous. It's a really sort of blush pink. It's hard to pick it up on a camera, but this zip just wasn't the one for it. So I thought I'd play it safe and stick with black zip.
If you've ever installed a concealed zipper in a dress, you'll know how tricky it is to line up the seams. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these to line up absolutely perfectly, so wish me luck.
So first of all, I'm just going to press this zip flat. The reason you do that is so that you can get the stitching in as close to the teeth of the zip as you possibly can. You might notice on the final garment that I didn't actually get them in as close as I could have. I was so preoccupied with lining up the chevrons on this zip that I didn't go back and then get the line of stitching as close to the teeth as I possibly could have done. I have to say I was in a little bit of a rush towards the end of this project, so if I were making this for somebody else, of course, I would have gone back and just really neatened that up a little bit more, but I was in quite a hurry to get this done, and the chevrons were super important to line up, and I didn't quite get in as close to the teeth as I wish now that I had have done looking back on it. But I definitely was very preoccupied with making sure that these chevrons met exactly across this zip. And so all I did there was just marked with chalk where the chevrons should meet, and then I'm just laying that on and pinning it. And all I did was just went straight in with it, and I thought I'll just unpick any of it if it doesn't line up. So I used a slightly longer stitch and I just pinned them all in place and then just went for it. And here you can see me after I've installed that zip. I'm just going to turn it out and pull the zip up slowly and see how many of these line up and how many I need to unpick. So the first one was good, and I'm watching this back and I can remember the joy that I had in this moment and you can see it on my face, I think. I was so pleased. They all just happened to line up perfectly. And so pleased was I with that I didn't go back and finesse that zip as much as I could have done, but hey ho, the chevrons lined up and that was all I was happy with in that moment. And so now I'm attaching the facing. Now I am doing this in a slightly unusual way, and I will get to why in a second. Normally you would just attach the foundation garment along the top of the dress and then attach a facing and fold that over onto the inside. But I am doing this slightly differently because I want to be able to take this pink and black layer off. In order to explain why, let's do a little rewind. Okay, confession time. Pink and black was not the original plan. I wanted to tell you guys that I made a final decision on my fabric choice last night, and I finally ordered it. And I have gone for, drum roll, velvet and satin. So I'm going to be doing a play on textures. Now that I'm making this pattern, I'm sort of realizing that choosing velvet and satin is going to make this quite a challenging piece. There's a lot to think about with velvets, but I'm willing to accept the challenge. So all these curved seams and everything that's got to line up and meet up exactly is going to be one hell of a challenge, but I'm excited to take it on. I was excited about this project. I still am excited about this project, but there were a few things that made me do a mid-project pivot. First of all, when I cut the fabrics out, I'm doing black on black, satin and velvet, and it was gorgeous to my eyes, but on the camera it wasn't reading as exciting as I'd hoped, and it was taking so much time.
I'm starting today feeling a little bit like I can't be bothered with this project anymore. I sewed a few of these panels together yesterday, and it just, as I suspected, it wasn't going to be easy to sew these together. I was entirely correct about that. I need to hand baste all of these pieces together, and it's just making me want to quit this project, but it is going to be worth it. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stick with it.
Okay, so there we go. That was the original plan. I still am going to make that dress, but it is going to take me a long time, and I don't know when my schedule is actually going to allow me to complete that. And so in order to get this finished, I just needed something that I already had in stock, and raw silk I had. So that was why I put it to you and let you choose the colors. And that is why I am making this foundation garment removable from the dress. So I put a little eyelet in there because I realized the facing was too long for where I installed those hanging loops, and all I've done is just put some poppers in there and some hooks and eyes, and I'm making it so that you can take the pink and black layer off, and once I am done with the velvet and satin layer, I can then attach that. So I'll have a kind of cool little interchangeable dress, which is actually really exciting. But yeah, that was why I went for this black and pink. Thank you for helping me choose the colours on the fly, because it was not the intention all along. But I'm excited that I get another dress at the end of this. But let's look at the one that we have for now. I think you might agree that it's a little bit underwhelming on the dress form, but when I put it on, this dress was magic. Oh my gosh, it made me feel so good. I absolutely adore it, and I really love it in the pink and black. I think you chose great colours for me there. Thank you so much. I do apologise for my really awkward modelling. It is very, very much out of my comfort zone. I never know what to do. I never know how to hit a pose. So you're just going to have to deal with that is what you get. I love how this dress made me feel. I certainly would wear this if I were ever on a red carpet. I wouldn't hold out for the black on black one, although I will have that eventually. I definitely would wear this pink and black one. I adore it. But there will likely be a bonus episode to this series once I have got around to completing the black on black version, and hopefully I can add that to this collection too. Please let me know in the comments if you're excited to see how that one turns out, and I will try and bump it up my to-do list so you're not waiting too long. Thank you also for your patience with this series. This is the first series that I've done, and by gosh, it was so much work. A lot more than I'd anticipated. If you have enjoyed this series, and if you've learnt anything from it and would like to support the channel whilst it's a lot more work than it is paying me for, I would so appreciate your support. I've put a little tip jar QR code there, and any donations would be so appreciated. The editing time that goes into these is wild, and it's so much more than I had expected. But if you can't donate, that's absolutely fine too. I am so grateful that you are still here and still watching. Please continue to do so if you can, if you enjoy my content. The more eyes I get on it, the more likely I am to be able to continue doing this. So thank you so much for watching this series. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so thankful. And just thanks for being here. Thank you for watching. And I will see you again soon with something that's a little bit shorter and very exciting. See you on the next one. Bye.